welcome everyone to this very special episode of Shooting the Shit. This is Stoic, and we're staying very true to our name. We basically figured out when everyone's free and are jumping on without any sense of what the fuck we're about to talk about. But with me, I have. Can you guys introduce yourself? Who's with me today?
Are we going in
Go
order?
ahead. Yeah, Hoeem.
Yeah, it's Hoeem, your pseudo-anonymous pirate who doxed himself in the chat earlier this week by accident. By Ty. Yeah.
That's Ty, the dude that doesn't know why he's on this call, but he's still here.
The Schizo poster.
Yeah, the court jester.
Oh, I'm Tom. I'm off the rails like the market. It's down only. We're never going to recover from this.
It's over.
We go to fucking zero.
It's over. Who's up next?
Schizo, Moose. You guys still here?
Moose, or you do it, baby. Moose is loose.
Yeah, this is Moose here. No, looking forward to the chat. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but let's go.
Yeah, and then I'm Schizo, the resident retard of the group, so we're here to do it, baby. All gas, no brakes.
Let go.
All right, let's get it. What do you guys want to talk about, man? We want to talk about where the market is currently and what your thought process is in terms of where we're headed short term.
Phantom.
Shill the bag, Hoeem. Do it, baby. Shill that shit.
Hit them right off the bat.
Yeah, just straight in with the shell. Just to everyone just shout tickers for like time to back home.
We need some exit lick. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hoeem's down bad. Needs to exit the bag.
I'm
Wait, let
up
me
good
look at
today.
the chart.
Oh, mate. Yeah, if you're listening to this, we're trying to use exit liquidity. There's no good intentions. It's
All right, well, hold on. Speaking of exit liquidity, right? You guys are following the entire SUI situation, right? There was like, I don't know if you guys know about Sentiment. It's this platform that tracks social metrics. So I was just taking a look at that, and SUI was trending from the 7th or the 8th for like a couple of days.
Yeah.
Obviously, right in line with the pump in price. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, I know, Tom, we spoke about this a while back in terms of the VC coins, and you actually in that episode spoke about SUI TIA
And he was
having
right,
some
too.
form. Yeah, he was right. He was spot on, actually.
well, I'm always right. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but yeah, you
Get your dick out of your mouth. Hold on.
Why was it trending?
just a little bit.
Well,
Did they have
just,
like an organized, orchestrated social media campaign?
look,
On
being
Dewey? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
yeah. I
It
mean,
seems
being
like it.
being in that sort of like arena and getting offered deals all the time. Whenever there's big unlocks coming up, you get offered to basically shill their bags for money during
You
certain
got offered
periods.
Dewey?
No, I didn't hear from Sui, but yeah.
Neither, fuckers.
I'll take a silly deal.
Yeah, hold
I'll
up. I'd have
take
shilled
it.
that shit immediately without remorse.
Yeah, but that's
Dude, I have
common practice. So
yeah. I mean, I have so many DMs and that I don't even open them. There's so much shit in my DMs.
a lot
But
of
I
shit.
wonder how much people get paid for those campaigns, especially something like SUI.
The trick is you just don't disclose it. That's the
Yeah, of course.
that's the old trick. But do you remember like, how much Polkadot was spending a month? Like how much they spent when it came out, and on their marketing, and then everyone collectively came to the conclusion that no one has seen any marketing material whatsoever on the timeline. They just like they had like Polkadot on like the side of planes and stuff.
Yeah, that leaked document was the marketing plan itself.
Yeah, that was better than the marketing. I mean, they were hiring people based on like social media metrics, but the people they were hiring was just that sort of you know the crew I'm talking about that just tweet absolute bullshit for engagement every single day.
Without
They
this
still
fucking
tweets
help,
too.
I couldn't have gotten this thread.
Yeah, that I mean, everyone on that list was that those people, and Capo.
Looks like tech is rapidly diminishing on Sui currently.
What's this? Is that Sui? Okay.
Yeah, that's Sui. Looks like it's on a pullback.
Pull up Phantom.
All right, we'll put. Oh my god, this guy.
do fancy
All right, well,
object-
objectively speaking, right, like putting the campaign shit aside, whatever the fuck is going on aside, I think like this general region should be held if we're looking for more upside on this coin.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's go to
these 80s.
complex pullback. That's what we're looking for right here. Complex pullback.
Yeah,
Tell you
that's a
what,
complex.
Sui's actually, it's got a pretty decent like DeFi ecosystem compared to other chains. Like you actually can just like do some pretty, not as good as Arbitrum or Ethereum, nowhere near, but it's still pretty decent. What's the FTV on that now?
They don't even have a native USDC on the chain yet. I'd imagine that when that comes live, it'll be a catalyst to get more degens over to Ape and push the coins.
Yeah,
We're not
maybe.
sure obviously, like which Sui meme coins or which Sui on-chain coins the foundation's necessarily going to push. But I mean, if you remember what AVAX Foundation did with, was it Cockino? That thing just
Cockino.
So as an on-chain dude, I would be looking at Sui, and you don't have to be tracking new launches every single day on it, but just have a watch list of coins there and look and see inflows coming in, new wallets. All right, let's hop in and see what quick cash you can make off the rotation.
Sui has an FDV of 8 billion, market cap of 2.
All of these FTVs are going to go to tens of billions, if not more, in the bull, man. Retail is still going to buy these coins because people are going to be killing them. And people are going to say, it doesn't matter if price is going up, it's going to go to the moon, blah, blah, blah. Bull cycle. There's no more bear market. It's a super cycle. My bag's at a 50 billion FTV. I'm going to go to a 500 billion FTV because the crypto asset class is next best thing next to sliced bread or whatever they say. But yeah, for now, maybe be cautious.
Yeah, be careful with this coin. Sorry, go ahead, Schizo.
Nah, I had a dumb comment. Go for it.
Yeah, no, I was just looking at this chart, and yeah, like objectively speaking, it's losing momentum here. So just if this, I believe, like if this general region's like lost, this goes a lot lower. There's not much volume that was traded down here. So, yeah, what else do you guys want to look at really quickly? Phantom? Or you want to pull a Phantom?
Phantom.
Let's get up Phantom. Hoeem's entire reputation's on this chart, so
it really is.
I mean,
No one works harder for his bags.
Cornier is back, so Phantom should do well. Every time he returns, Phantom puts on a very nice pump, so it's also in his favor.
I think I took that shit off my my watch list actually.
Sure.
Look at that. Fuck
I
yeah.
had a decent bounce. That
Stair-stepping.
structure looked pretty good. It's 55% off from the lows.
You know, if
Momentum
they can get
looks
like
good.
another rebasing token on Phantom, listen, I'm all in.
Bro,
Give me Wonderland. V2. Bring
2021
back Danny.
DeFi.
One
and
thing I
Phantom
will
is
say-
awesome.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, all right, when you're looking at some of these alts, yeah, you're getting a good bounce on this, but look at how fucking like this is just mean reversion, right? Look at this shit. It's down like 70,
Eliminated.
down 75%.
Yeah.
So whatever pump you get, just be cautious. You know, don't start fucking trying to hold this shit to a new high. That's what I would say on some of these coins.
Stoic, can we take a look at Say?
You got to be nimble.
say?
Yeah, you got to be flexible in this market currently. I mean, it's risk off for the most part. Moose, you want to look at Say?
Yeah. Some people were talking about Sui and Say going together, but there's like literally nothing going on Say.
I mean,
chain
this shit's
itself.
bad, bro. Yeah, look at this shit. This is like
They're
the
all
definition
almost
of like. What you gonna say, Ty?
No, go ahead. It's all right.
I was just gonna say, look at this chart. It's like the definition of disinterest. Like, what the fuck? This is like, no one gives a fuck about this. But you want to keep an eye on these kind of coins. I don't know when the next unlock is on this. I know Tia was in sometime in October. Is that what it is, Tom? You remember off the top?
Tia. The Tia
Yeah.
unlock. I'm almost certain it's Halloween. October
Oh, it's
31st.
Halloween. Okay.
Yeah, I think not sure when, depending on the funding, but I'm still gonna do that trade. You know, you just like buy and stake spot, but then like cover it for sure. I guarantee you they're gonna do some airdrops near that unlock. The real question is
yeah.
when will the like the snapshot dates be? So I'll probably be in it at least 30 days before the unlock, and maybe even a bit afterwards.
Yeah, 16 days until Sui's dumping to 2.5% of their circ. That's 64 mil. And say, let's have a look. Yeah, it's not for another year, so you've got to wait at least like 200 days before the shilling begins.
Say's
Bro,
doing
look
a
at this.
marketing push, like now ish.
But what are they pushing?
Well, they're
that's not
marketing.
push.
Oh no,
Let me figure that out.
Bro, look at this.
I actually
This
One
is
got,
point-
ridiculous,
offer.
man.
1.42 mil a day is getting unlocked
Yikes!
for 365 days.
These charts look like ass. Does Aptos
This
look
looks
the
like
same?
a shitcoin P&D, bro. Like, look at this shit.
A lot of people on the timeline bought that as well.
Yeah.
I had some for a bit. I just sold it. I sold that shit at a loss.
Bro,
It was
Yeah,
good.
I-
Like, when
It was
when
really good.
launched.
Like, I traded this on the way up. I actually traded this from around here, like 25, 30 cents, because it was a really good
Mhm.
trending coin. Like, it was riding a wave in the uptrend. But then once it started doing this shit, I went ahead and sold. I had some spot, which I sold off, and then but I was trading this on the way up. This and Tio offered like really good execution on in terms of trending coins.
All
back
I'm
when you
going to
could
say
launch a new
is
coin and pump.
Phantom is completely unlocked. So until Sonic comes and they're going to do an airdrop.
Man's relentless on Phantom.
Yeah.
Listen, his shoulders are gigantic from carrying the weight of these bags.
Oh my god! I will say about Tia, like I think like higher time frame, like sevens are like this area here is pretty important if you want to see more upside. You can see like we rejected off here a couple of times for the sell off. So if this gets flipped, I can see more upside here into the 9s and 10s.
No one even knows what Tia does other than give you airdrops.
It's
Let's
more
face it.
Exactly.
No one understands the tech.
But you remember how hard it was being pushed for the airdrops and shit?
Data availability layer.
Yep.
Oh, mate,
The
that
modular strategy and all that shit.
Listen, they got me hook, line, and sinker with that shit. I ate that up like a fat kid eat cake.
The modular shit was definitely a narrative, right? With fucking Say, Tia, and what are you guys thoughts on Monad? When's Monad launching? Is there like a
sounds like shit.
ETA?
I think it's next year.
It's next year.
Either
I
that or
heard
like
next.
end of this
I
year.
heard next year, but I think TGE might be a bit earlier. Or I heard.
They should still do pretty well, I'd imagine. You know, VC money behind isn't going to let it die. I would almost think nearly every coin that has backers, and whether or not it's vaporware, whether or not it's going to need promises, is probably going to do quite decent when we have retail and global liquidity is sloshing around, asset classes expanding upwards. We're going to see a lot of them just pump out of the wazoo. You know, Monad, Barrett Chain should hopefully do well. I imagine there's going to be some good farms on Barrett Chain as well.
Yep.
Oh, I think Barrett Chain's going to be the place to be for DeFi as soon as that launches.
Yeah.
That's going to get
Yeah,
so
I
many
agree.
like OGs and like genuine, real users and like crypto natives. Everyone's
It's
going to be on
gonna be
Barrett
fun.
Chain straight away.
Lots of farms gonna be there.
Everybody's gonna want a piece of the honey.
Yeah, that proof of liquidity framework and like incentives, it's just going to give so many people incentives just to, like, you know, take their protocols over there. I think Peace Protocol. If you read the docs, that they said they're going to be on there trying to get on their day one. I think that could be I think they could massively benefit from that.
That could be a play, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, when Sonic arrives,
Bruh.
protocols are going to earn 90% of the fees that they generate, but no one
Relentless.
knows that. No one knows that.
90% of the fees from what? Sorry, gas fees.
Yes, whatever fees they generate, any protocol on Sonic will earn 90% of it. It's sort of like no one talks about it.
But are they giving it back to like stakers or what?
Straight to the protocols, yeah. So
like
if you're
incentivized, like
you're incentivizing building.
Yeah, that's not a new
Okay.
thing. I think there's been like kudos to Phantom for doing it, but I think there's been chains that have like tried to do that on Cosmos. Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know. That sounded familiar to me for some reason. It's a good idea.
I mean, they've done it, but I don't think it's been 90%. Like that's nearly all the fees.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Back. Yeah.
But,
But I think towards the end of the year, since Parachain is gonna launch mainnet in a couple of months, right? Pretty soon, we're gonna see all the upcoming chains trying to fight for attention. I think around the same time, right? Like your Hyperliquid, Monet, they're all gonna be competing with each other. Since Parachain is coming up soon, so should be something to look forward to in the next couple of months at least.
DeFi is gonna have a fun like renaissance, I think, and that like to the end of the year. Like just like different protocols, there's going to be different like incentive programs. I think there's going to be a lot popping off to like bring attention back to certain chains because there's some that are just falling way behind. Like Optimism sucks, Arbitrum's kind of meh. Like there just needs to be more stuff, and hopefully like the launch of like Parachain and shit is going to make these other ones go, oh, okay, like we got to step up. Like Phantom launching all this stuff. I think it should be fun for DeFi guys. Fingers crossed. Anyways.
I think we should coin it. It's going to be a DeFi winter.
Winter is coming.
Yeah. Not DeFi summer anymore.
Oh, mate. They don't talk bad about Arbitrum. I love that chain. Yeah.
Arbitrum's cool.
Don't like Size Chad.
No, yeah, he's a chode.
I've never followed him.
Looks like
really.
one too.
Wasn't he promoting some scam shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wasn't there some whole thing recently with the Trump coin? What the fuck was it?
Yeah, ice bags.
Yeah, what was that whole situation?
I think they thought it was going to be actually done by Trump family, right? And then like it didn't, but they got like all their friends to buy, and like all their friends shilled it, and then it entirely rugged, and everybody's like, "Oh, deepest apologies. I just put it on Twitter. Didn't I was just supporting a friend," and yeah, he said
like if you don't. Sorry. Yeah, he said if you don't buy the Restore the Republic token, you're gay or something like that.
Yeah, they're like, you're not gonna make it. There's like Trader Main and like Size Chad and a whole bunch of other people.
Did anyone here buy it?
No.
Nope. I was asleep, I think. All the fun shit happens when Americans are in bed, apparently.
Yeah. You know the rug? Did they like? Was it a legit rug where like they just withdrawn the liquidity and stuff?
I think they just sniped coins and then fucking just like dumped them.
Yeah, full stack Hitler the chart.
And notice all their tweets. They all lost money on it apparently.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love that full stack Hitler has become like a terminology. It's so funny, isn't it? Everyone knows what it means.
It's just fucking nuking the chart.
Did Big Dick Bull coin that term for crypto? The full stack.
I have no idea.
That's amazing.
That's pretty funny.
Oh mate. Oh, what's everyone been trading this week? Has anyone actually been like doing any trades and moving shit around?
Phantom.
I mean, I've just been taking. Oh, you took. What do you do on Phantom?
I longed it this morning.
You longed this morning.
Yeah.
What, spot or perps?
Spot, yeah. I mean,
is that one of your biggest bags now?
Right this second, yeah. But I mean, if we get to the upper side of this range, I'm probably gonna sell a little bit and then look to buy it again. I feel like that narrative's strong if Bitcoin can catch a break. Genuinely.
Tell you what, mate, send it all to me, and then in 2 weeks I'll send you it back with another 15% extra on top and Phantom.
That's a great sounding deal.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is just sell it all instantly, then buy it back lower. I'm gonna short Hoeem's own bags.
All right, here's a question: what do you guys think is coming next? 70 plus or 40s?
Oh,
40s. I don't think we got.
Okay, we got 140s.
I don't know. We get
70s.
it's going to chop. It's going to be painful chop and time capitulation, and then October is going to hit, and then suddenly things are going to roll back up, and then everyone's going to claim that they long the bottom perfectly at the precise bottom wick. They got them everything they had in their Bybit account.
All right, Ty, but 40s or 70s next? No, I'm just kidding. You answered the question.
It's the 50s, to be fair.
Oh, so you think it just tops more?
Yeah, ETH doesn't look good. A lot of stuff just looks weak now. So
Yeah, let's see ETH actually.
yeah, like, but I do think that if you're buying spot here, you're gonna be buying at a price that we probably will not see a year from now. Like now is actually the time to sort of look for the narratives and the coins that you think can pop next year and do extremely well, and that will have VCs scamming it up and talking about it. Or shit coins or memes that you think have potential to hit billions, and go and find them, get a shopping list, and hold on to the bags.
Yeah, that's we'll revisit that topic. I want to hear from everyone else in terms of what they think where Bitcoin's headed next. And I want to revisit that topic of looking for narratives and what we think are some potential narratives to look out for in terms of next year. Anyone else? 40s or 70s next?
70s.
Don't worry, no one. 70s. Okay.
I would say 70s as well.
Okay.
I feel like we should notate whoever says what, and then next week come back and see like if it changed, if anything happened. It'd be crazy if we went like crazy low that quick, but it'll be interesting to see week over week who ends up being right when it does happen either way.
Yeah, and I think we should bully everyone who's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Destroy them.
I mean, that's the point of this, right?
Yeah,
Like,
to
you
dump
just
on your
tag them,
friends
be like, yeah, just tag them and tell them they were wrong.
publicly.
Someone makes
Shame.
a really bad call. Everyone just docks them.
Just
I'm already face docs, so what do you got now?
I think
someone here decided to face dox himself on the first episode.
I wonder who.
I wonder who that was.
Certainly not Moose. Or Hoeem. We've done seen so much of Hoeem's face.
Oh,
I
it's so
heard they
funny
were
when
on a-
people accidentally dox themselves. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Or when your friends do it for you.
Ty.
Wait, what was the question again? Sorry. I was just scrolling Twitter. I'm sorry. I was looking at a one-to-one wallet thread. Clue me back in, boy.
No, okay. So basically, all right, let's move on. You were talking about narratives to look out for.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any thought process in terms of what narratives to keep an eye on from here on out? Like, what are you focusing on or keeping an eye on right now?
Meme coins are kind of saturated now, so utility is probably going to come back in. So sort of the DeFi stuff. We also have obviously Chain launching and all the different catalysts on that end, as well as Phantom with Andre coming back. So I'd imagine DeFi guys are going to be interested, or not DeFi guys, but current participants are going to start looking towards that, because you can feel on the TL, and you can sort of feel it in chats that guys are tired of aping into pump fun coins, meme coins, getting burned, chasing pumps. And we're probably going to look for protocols that are kind of doing something, have a token with it, and hopefully the price goes up.
I like that take. That's similar to me. I think a lot of DeFi runs at some point, flight to value and all that stuff.
I think there's going to be a prediction market narrative. And you're going to see lots of competitors and other chains to obviously poly markets to go. But I also think if poly market ever do an airdrop, it's probably going to happen this year if they are going to do it. Like they'll probably do it around the election time. But prediction.
Do you think they should?
If I was them, I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'd do if I was them.
Because like,
is there any competition, by the way? Why isn't there any competition?
There is something launching on Solana. Trying to do. Is it Drift?
Drift, Drift Market's going to do it. There's some prediction markets and some like other chains and that as well. But it's just like I think there's so much liquidity on like Capital on Polymarket. It just makes sense just to keep going there.
It's a lot more convenient, yeah. Even though it's on it's on Polygon, right? It's like that's
yeah.
No name chain.
I put a poll out earlier asking if anyone's made money from pump.fun shitcoins. 9% said they made money on it. 38% said they lost money. 23% neutral. 30% just wanted to see the results. But 9% making it out of 38%, that's around 24% that's made money on pump.fun shitters. Do you think that's more than an average amount of returns in the market? Is that high?
That's interesting that that metric is interesting, because I saw another metric that said there's almost 100,000 coins launching on Pump Fund a day, and only 1% survive to see the next day. So if there's 24, I mean that 24% number is, yeah, I would have like maybe some people like, I feel like maybe half of them are lying or something.
Overinflating their gains.
They're just crying and clicking made money.
Or maybe they're the ones deploying, because like you can make a decent amount if you get up to a certain level and then just dump your stack. Could be people just taking advantage
on
of
that point, they could be buying and selling within minutes or an hour. They don't have to make money by holding the coin to the next day as well.
Yeah,
I think the results are also skewed because so many people have lost so much on that they're probably just off crypto Twitter altogether.
Yeah,
like I think people really have just lost it all and left.
Yeah, so that's true.
So I don't think the problem with it is like people get burnt so bad on that shit that people actually leave. It's not like
but I thought celebrity meme coins was going to bring the next wave of adoption.
Oh mate.
Of course.
But I think
we talked about that at length.
Right.
When it was going on, we talked about that stuff at length in terms of the celebrity meme coin.
I think we called it to a T, to be honest.
That was the top.
It's obvious. Yeah.
So along the same lines, we were talking about like the on-chain trading and stuff. So there was, I mean, this is really long. We're not going to go through the entire thread, but the gist is like this guy's talking about, hey, I'm at conflict in terms of, hey, should I just be grinding on chain because I might miss the first movers if I don't, even though it's really difficult. The conditions are really difficult right now, versus stepping away until the market starts looking better. What do you guys think about that? Like, should you stay locked in, or should you just be actively observing in a passive manner versus grinding in the trenches every day right now?
Oh, you can win by being locked in now, especially with I wouldn't be like locked in, maybe not like trading perps all day every day. Maybe not like that, but in terms of DeFi, there's still loads of opportunities where you can park some USDC or ETH or wrap Bitcoin, and you can do some pretty decent plays. So I'd say it's probably advantageous, but the real time you get locked in, I think, is when things get a bit better, and then all the chains start competing with each other for liquidity, and you start seeing tons of incentives and stuff again. But yeah, I think it always pays to be locked in.
What do you define as locked in? Like how, like if you have to
That's a good question.
Put it down to like an hour's commitment in a day, how much is that for you for like locked in purposes?
Mate, if I'm fully locked in, which I haven't been since 2021, then I'll wake up and I'll do it till I go to sleep. And then I'll sleep for like 5 hours.
Just all day, like you're scrolling through Twitter, you're like going through, DeFi Llama or whatever to check shit. You're just nonstop.
When it's a bull market like that, like dopamine's so high, it's just you're actually hooked. It's not even like grinding, you're just an addict at that point. That's like fully locked in. Like I'll walk to the shop and I'll have my headphones in, listen to like a YouTube video, like a podcast, just getting like some milk in the morning, like that type of locked in.
I agree with that though. Any spare time I have, like walking or like if I'm just chilling, like doing work, I'll throw in a podcast in the earpods, man. That's the way.
The amount of content I consume is a joke on this space.
Sickening, isn't it?
Yeah, like just it's. I know we like take the mickey a little bit, like how we're all like macro illiterate or like we all don't understand, but there's no other like single subject where you end up learning about everything in such a quick time frame. Like there's nothing that gets you like, oh, okay, what's the political situation looking at, like what's the macro situation looking at, like, what's inflation doing, blah blah, whatever. There's so much to like sort of look into and research about. It's never ending. It's interesting, and I think it makes you smarter for it, even if you only know 5% of what you really should know.
Oh mate,
Yeah,
I haven't consumed any content in a month. You know, I'm like, the opposite, switched off at the moment. I'm just like a mess.
Locked out.
Yeah, I'm locked out at the moment. Like,
so what would you take for it to be locked in again? I mean, you said 2021. That's fucking like that's a while ago. But like now, what would you need to see for you to be like get back into being locked in?
oh mate, like fully locked in now. It's just numbers go up, and like, if they're seriously going up, and like there's just if the funding rates go way back up, and then like you can just just start slamming basis trades and doing like funding rate arbitrage, and I'll be fully back in. Not fully back in, but a lot more locked in than I am now. But at the moment, it's just, I don't know. It just seems like one of them moments where if you already have your bags packed, it's probably a good time just to sit still and just keep an eye on a few positions, I think.
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, just to extend that conversation, I wanted to ask everyone else, like, what does it look like to be locked in for you? Like, what it look like? 20-hour days, 18-hour days? You're grinding in Discord, Telegram. Like, what are you guys doing when you're locked in, and how many hours are you spending in front of the screen? I mean, I can start if I once I get locked in. Like when I say locked in, I'm doing like 20-hour days. Like, it's unhealthy. I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, but yeah, that's me. Like I'll fucking like everything else gets put on hold. Besides me going to the gym and obviously taking care of my health, that's never gonna go away. But aside from that, I'm pretty much like 18, 20-hour days in front of the screen.
Do you think you make more money being that that locked in those periods than what you would do just sitting back and letting number go up during that time?
I think it's transitioned. Like before, I thought more was better when it wasn't, because I didn't know exactly what to look for. And now I feel like during those periods when I spend more time, it's definitely a lot more advantageous.
Yeah, I think right now,
But
if you're like
for the
trading,
majority, yeah, go ahead.
sorry, I think like at the moment, these last few months, if you were like trading, I think you can be switching positions a few different times a day and catching moves either way. Like it's been a little bit, it's been quite volatile, like for like a trader.
Yeah, absolutely. You're getting some good rotations. There's some good volatility if you're trading perps. I think there's some good opportunities in that area for sure.
But I do think majority of us in crypto really make our money in trending markets. That's when we outperform. So
Yeah, absolutely.
a little while, I think.
So here's the problem, right? We do make a lot of money in uptrends or in trending environments. The problem is we don't keep it though. That's the actual problem.
Facts.
And I think I Pentoshi said something about this too. It doesn't fucking matter how much money you make if you don't get to keep it. Like there's so many people from last cycle that lost a ton of money. We've lost money, obviously, all of us have. But that's a significant problem in this market, especially. Like I've seen so many stories where people make a ton of money, but then that same mentality that made them the money, that gambling addict mentality and up only and all that shit, that works well on the way up, right? But the problem is then you just hold your fucking bags to zero too. Would you guys offer any suggestions to people to kind of counteract that? What would your suggestion be?
Yeah, I mean, even I fell for it this cycle a little bit. I was holding for too long when I shouldn't have. Yeah, and the scary thing is when risk starts to come off, like it baits you in by bleeding slowly, so you think maybe we're still going to go up a little bit. And when it goes off, it really fucking goes off, and you're sort of stuck just looking at your money just disappear out of thin air right in front of you, and you're like, well, surely if I sell now, I'm an absolute idiot. But you know, it's going to bounce, and it's down more, and you're just stuck in, like you've been tranquilized with anesthetic, just looking at the screen. So I think the best thing I think it was altcoin Gordon put it. I think you should sell when it's too early, sell when you think maybe like it's getting a bit overheated, and then maybe just sell when you're scared as well, and then you can keep at least a good amount of your money, because I think it's hard to time the exact top.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the majority of the money is made in the middle. Timing tops and bottoms is a very difficult game to play, and most people lose out trying to play that game. I think the first rule should be, hey, if you made life-changing gains, like this amount of money is going to change your life if you book the profits. Book your fucking profits, man. Like, don't get greedy. You know, take some money off the table. But let's hear from other people. Tom, Ty, Moose. What do you guys think? Good. So
I find the best way is just all my best sells have just been when I just like scale out a little bit. I'm thinking, because even if you're thinking about selling at all, that means other people are too. You're not especially when you're in someone that's absolutely ripped. You know, you don't have to think. You don't have to sell your entire bag. I just just try and sell bits and bobs, and sometimes you do it and you sell way too early. Sometimes you do it and you actually just book some profits and you do pretty well. There's a lot of times when I've done that and then I've ended up just scaling out at the top, but I never thought we were anywhere near the top. I was just completely wrong. But yeah, I always like just to scale out. You don't have to full stack your entire bag.
yeah, exactly. And my mentality has always been, I'm okay with buying higher. Like, think about, expected value. I think that's a really important concept that I've always talked about and over again. Buying on the right side of the V and buying higher. Like, think about expected value and where you're buying and what it means. Just because price can be on one side of the V versus the other side of the V, and it can mean two different things in terms of expected value. So that's always been my philosophy. Hey, I'm comfortable with buying a little bit higher in a trending, and when I see the trend shifting, I'll rather buy in the other direction than trying to catch a bottom. But yeah, what about Ty? Are you still here?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I don't see any point in trying to time tops or bottoms. How I try and play trades is that if I'm up a lot, I immediately start reducing the exposure to it no matter what. Just sort of a stop loss on the unrealized profit, if that makes sense. Especially because I trade a good amount of low caps, so shit's always volatile. Stuff can run 5, 10, 20x in a couple of days. So for me, I'm always, once it's more than a 3, 4x, I look, all right, can I book out at least the initial and a little bit more? All right, it runs up more. I'm going to take another chunk out. I'm going to take another chunk out. And even if I've reached the top and I've not sold all of the bag, but then maybe I've sold 50, 60%, even if it retraces, I've still kept all of that profit from that play, from that pump, and you can just rotate into the next one. Because I do think where a lot of guys go wrong is that they marry their bags and they're not good at recognizing when a trend breaks, if that makes sense. And then as a result, even if they've got profits, say they ran up a phantom wall at 5, 10, 20x, and then they go, all right, the coin that I ran it up on is on a 50% dip. I'm going to go in. Then the next day it does another 50% dip. And then the next day it does another 25% dip. And then they're just giving all back to the market, essentially. So having a stop loss for profit, super important. And I think as well, knowing that, all right. And also I got this tip from a really good trader I know, Danny on Twitter, Alt Y Crypto. I say E because like Spanish, Alt Y Crypto is his handle. But for him, like once he's done with a trade, he actually removes the coin from his watch list. He doesn't look at it. He doesn't look at the chart, because you often get really tempted, especially when you've been into a coin for however long it is, a few days, weeks, months. You've eyed it like a hawk. You've extracted the profit. You've played the pump well, but then you're so locked in onto the coin itself that you kind of forget the coin might actually be downtrending. The parabola is retracing, which means that the downside volatility is just going to nuke on you if you stay in it, you know? So usually once I secure the profit, I go, all right, I'm taking it off to watch this. I can look at it in 1 day, in 2 days, in 3 days, but I'm not going to eye it. I'm not going to think how much more can I make out of it. I'm just going to go, all right, I entered in with, say, 15,000. I made out with 45,000. To the average person, that's great. And I'm going to be really happy with that and move on. So that's how I tend to play it.
Yeah, great answer, bro. Thank you for elaborating on that. Anyone else want to add anything else onto that?
I always just I always sell, like, just a little bit every now and again. Like, one of the best piece of advice I heard about like bull markets and stuff came from Crypto Messi, and he was like, you need to enjoy selling. Like, you need to know what it's like to sell and be comfortable selling. Otherwise, when it comes time to, like, you know, maybe bull markets ending, bear markets starting, and you want to go full cash, like, you have to know what it feels like to dump your bag and not be incredibly attached to whatever token that you've been championing, right? So I try to sell every now and again just to, like, keep that muscle memory type thing. And also echoing what you said about like, if you make, you know, life-changing profit, whatever that equals out to, that you take it. Like earlier, I think after like the Jito airdrop and stuff, I had enough to like completely erase like 75% of my debt, right? So like I took it and just immediately took it all out and just shoved it all at the debt, because that was like a good amount for me. Was it life-changing for everyone? Probably not, but like it was enough for me to go, cool, I feel like I did something with this crypto shit. So I think having both of those things in mind is super helpful.
Yeah, really good advice. Really good advice. I think anyone listening in can this can benefit anyone listening in if they really take it to heart. So yeah, I just want to talk about that because that's a prevailing issue, I think, in this space. When you hear all these stories about, hey, I was up 7 figures and now I'm down to 0. And one thing I always talk about over and over again is, hey, you need to have chips to be at the table. If you lose all your chips, you have nothing to bet with. So always manage your downside risk.
Do you feel like everybody should have go through that moment of losing like a significant stack in crypto to really understand what it means to like keep it?
I 100%. I think suffering and pain is the best teacher. And
Yeah.
I think you need to go through that process to really understand what that means. I mean, we can tell someone, you know, you've heard this before. We hear this all the time. We know we've heard all this stuff before, but you probably heard it before you lost a significant amount of money too. So it doesn't really, and some people make the same mistakes over and over again. So the goal is to learn from that pain, so you don't repeat the same mistakes, right?
Yeah, because like I'm like, hell, I did it once where like because there's people I'm sure that made millions off meme coins recently, and like if you don't take some of that out and go do something with it, you're liable to do what I did, which was like time what you thought was a top pretty well, and then deploy cash back in when you thought it was a bottom and it was not one, and then you got wrecked. So like you gotta leave chips in so you have chips to fight with, but to do that you gotta take them off the table in a way, right? Like you gotta have reserves somewhere. So if like you made life-changing games, fucking take a lot out of crypto entirely. Don't leave your stack to get fucked potentially.
Yeah, agreed 100%. And like you need to understand these candlesticks and these lines and all this shit. This is just psychology, man. This is like crowd psychology. Every time you're up here, you'll see people getting really excited and getting sucked in. So fear here, right? Fear, and then greed down. Greed down here, and then fear down here. Every time you go low, everyone wants lower, 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 and it's the same thing over and over again. So people get sucked in here. I think a lot of people started like really getting risk on up here because once Bitcoin was at the upper end of this range, I heard calls for like, you know, 100K and all this shit all over again. And it's just crowd psychology. So a lot of people started going risk on here without a clear break, and that's what I was talking. But people don't like that talk, you know. Hey, like this might be a local top. I mean, just looking at this chart. So just wait for confirmation of a break of this range before you go risk on. You know, you don't have to try to get in on the upper end of a range. But yeah, I think these things are just learned over time and through suffering, to be honest. Wow, you guys, like we can hear a pin drop here right now.
Damn, they really felt
Where's
that
everyone?
themselves, huh?
Where's everyone?
Oh, I'm here. I'll just wait for the next
I got
topic.
a console near me right now. I don't want the bleed coming in.
He's in a different universe right now.
Yeah,
I don't know where he is.
I'm almost over. So, yeah, no, everyone always gets bullish at what resistance and then bearish at support, isn't that the maxim?
Every time. Every
Literally
Same shit every time. Every time. And this, just if you go back and look at this range on Bitcoin, it's been the same over and over again.
I remember when Bitcoin, remember when it bottomed and it went to like, was it 16K?
Yeah.
Like people were buying it and getting like,
Okay.
people were attacking you on the timeline for buying it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, if you said that, all right, I'm calling a bottom, I'm gonna buy it. Yeah, they had the pitchforks out for you. They said, oh no, Genesis is gonna go bust. Binance is insolvent. We're going 12K next, blah blah blah, and then lo and behold,
I remember
those Cochrane threads done with Sweden.
oh, he's amazing, him, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is like, it's kind of impressive how he's just everywhere and everyone just like he seems to have annoyed everyone. Oh, he's like a troll, but like non-intentional.
That's the worst thing. Pissing everyone off and you don't know it.
Who's the troll?
Cochrane.
Cochrane.
Okay. Cochrane.
Oh, right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think that he gets cardio from typing the threads. You know, that's how he loses weight. So.
Bro, his shopping list tweet or thread, like he did a whole fucking dissertation on his bags.
Wasn't it over 400 slides?
It was a lot, dude.
It was he did a 400.
Oh, and you could learn something about that level of bag chilling.
Yeah, that's commitment, to be fair. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but if you take up the Zuma Wojak and you put it next to Cochrane, it's quite similar. It's quite funny.
Oh my god. All right, what else do you guys want to talk about? We want to talk about some schizo shit. Tyrogue, what's good with the astrology situation?
Oh, geez, I'm horrible with astrology.
Yeah, looks terrible. Huh?
We're probably going to see, hopefully, some kind of pump positive action to the full moon, 20th? And then you want to be wary of risk going out of it because we tend to dump out on new moons. That's just a general maxim. And then obviously we have Mercury retrograde ending either 25th or 28th. Let me Google that shit right now. So that should hopefully spell an end to some of the chop. And hopefully more up only, or at least the range breaking, something happening, you know, because right now it's just sort of degens staring at the charts and slowly losing their minds. Yeah, August 28th is when the retrograde ends. And then I believe as well that we'll have some decent astrology for the next month where, let me look it up.
Do you actually follow this?
I do. Yeah, I have an astrologer. I actually send her dates and stuff and ask her, like, look at this chart, look at that chart. What does that mean? What does this mean? And then she sends me back essays of how this planet has energy and whatnot. And then I just sort of go, all right, how can I take what she's saying about the energy and then look at the chart and go, okay, it might influence market participants to do that, if that makes sense. It's really as simple as that.
This is
you know, but it does work sometimes. So, you know, I'm not going to bash it completely. Let's see, what was she saying?
Was it Marin that you got on speed dial?
I wish it would be Marin. Marin's expensive, man. It's like $500 for a reading, you know. We're in a bull market, but you know, we're not really in a bull market. I don't want to bill $500 every month on astro readings. Let's see.
This is incredible. This is what the people came to hear.
This is what the people want to hear, man. We need this.
I bet
We
she's
got to talk about Nexus numerology. Next
I
is
bet you got a
numerology.
chatbot program to just give you responses and pockets the $20 you send.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna get an astrology girlfriend.
It's great. It's great. I highly recommend it because my girlfriend gets annoyed that I'm more into astrology and tarot cards than her.
Based.
You know what?
The market needs another Marin.
Why do women love crystals? I think it makes them like.
I was gonna say the crystal. Yeah, the crystal
Crystals
shit
do
too.
work though. Hear me out. As a schizo, but like crystals do work, but you got to use the right kind of crystals. And I think the only ones that genuinely have an impact are the orgonite crystals. So I think it's quartz and copper wire that run through those. But those things do work, and you should put those around your house, and they don't look that weird. Whereas when they start talking about tiger's eye and fucking amethyst and whatever, sapphire, or however you say it, all these different jewels and rose gems and blah blah blah, then I go like, yeah, that doesn't really work. But orgonite is probably the one thing you could spend $100 on, get a couple of blocks of it, put it around your computers, and you'll actually feel the difference. You'll sleep better.
Wait, Tyrogue, did
I
I get
wish
this
I
right?
could show you.
Overnight crystal?
Orgonite. So
Okay.
ORGNITE. And the best way to know that this shit actually works is that it was discovered by, I think, an Austrian chemist or Austrian scientist, basically, and he had a big lab in the United States. And then just out of nowhere, someday, the authorities in the United States decided to shut down all of his labs, burn all of his equipment, burn all of his documents, prosecute every single one of his lab assistants. So that's how I know this shit probably works to a degree.
My mouth is so far to the ground right now. I am just
Hey,
fucking
look, I'll take-
astonished.
Look, my thing is I'm open minded, so I'll take any advantage
try
I can
anything.
get. But like
Yeah,
some,
fuck it.
but
It-
some,
it helps with sleep. That's what I'll say. Like if you, and actually the best way to test if the orgonite actually works, right, is hold your phone in one hand and then do like a lateral raise with your other hand and get a friend to push down your arm. Right. So if you're holding your phone with no orgonite, you're gonna notice that you won't have as much strength to resist the push. Whereas if you're holding the orgonite plus the phone, because the EMF from the phone basically affect your kinetic muscle chain, you can't exert as much force, basically.
Okay, I'm gonna buy some on Amazon and then track the change in sleep on my Whoop. See if the shit actually works.
No.
all right. So basically, from what I'm understanding, Ty, I need to get an organite crystal embedded into my skin, like just have it fucking like.
you could get a necklace, like, but the
Straight in your
necklace is
forehead, like the
fucking big.
vision.
If you wear the necklace, you probably attract some cute astro chick who thinks you're a Gemini or whatever fucking stuff they love for.
Oh my fucking god!
But you look like a hippie to everyone else, so I don't recommend that. Now you can look up like mini cloud busters. That's basically it, because these orgonite crystals, that Austrian scientist built these massive ones, that copper pipes that were literally 1.5, 2 meters long, and he would set them in a row and then have the orgonite or the cloud buster, quote unquote, connected from, I think it was like metal wire into water. And they actually were able to document where they pointed at clouds and the clouds do disappear, which is very weird, but that shit apparently works. But yeah, get one of those mini ones. They're super strong, or like strong enough for a household. They'll absorb all the EMF stuff. You'll sleep better, which is good.
Okay, I'm
because-
buying one right now then.
Yeah, no, it really does. Like you get one for your workroom and you get one for your bedroom. You just put it close to where you sleep. You will feel the difference. Like when it came in, I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I sleep a lot better." Yeah. And then if you want to go even more schizo of those things, one of the best ways to tell if the orgonite actually works is you just put your hand around it. The air should be warmer than the orgonite block itself. That's the craziest part, is that you'll put your hands around it and you can feel sort of warmth and the charge in the air, but when you touch the block, it's just cold. It's freaking crystal and metal, But that's the best test for it. I think I schizoed out too.
I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words right now. But
I'll be honest, I need this in like long form content so I can absorb it at a better state of mind. Because you took me to a different like wavelength that I didn't think I was a part of yet.
now you're a part of it, Schizo. Now you're about to have crystals everywhere.
I'm gonna have a fucking. Oh god, it's incredible. My wife's gonna be like, "What has happened?" I'll be like, "Listen,
Bro, I'm about to go take a.
all over the
What the
fucking
fuck
house.
is this Christo dildo doing here?
I'm about to go take a bath
gonna
with some
make you come
crystals
so
and
much
have some
better.
rose petals. Have some fucking rose petals in there and fucking some crystals with me in the
Oh,
That's
bath.
gonna be
I
amazing.
found Soul Bros done a podcast where he talks about crystals. So I'm actually going to buy some of these.
Now these are the ones that I can say do actually work, you know, because if I go full schizo, so what happens is my hands can pick up on energetic fields of things, right? So there'll be certain stuff that I touch and I know like there's nothing to it. Whereas with the orgonite, it was when the moment it touched my hand, I could feel electricity just from my body interacting with it. And I sort of went, all right, yeah, this thing is probably real. It's alpha. And so you at the cost of sounding like a completely insane dude, that shit is actually good and you can spend money on it. And it's actually good money. You know, you sleep better. Which is really good because when you're locked in, you know, it's fucking what, 12, 14, 16-hour screen days at least, you know. So that's a lot of damage. You should also get a red light as well if you're locked in. If you're doing 20-hour screen days or 18-hour screen days, if you have a red light or flux and all that, then you're not going to damage your eyes as much. You know, otherwise you just end up short any of the ball.
I've got the red light blockers.
Yeah, I
got
just wear like
flux.
one of those. I just wear like those glasses that block blue light, but I don't know how effective they are, to be honest. I do see a difference when I use them. So definitely impacts my sleep.
I have no idea how we ended up in this rabbit hole, by the way, guys. I'm sorry.
I don't know, but that was the
I
point.
think it was
That
worth
was the
it.
point. Oh, well,
Sorry?
That was totally worth it. We got
Yeah.
there, man.
Yeah, we had to go here. There was no choice.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
no choice. We had to. We have Ty on. We need to go there.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at the watches of meme coins, and what I think we're kind of seeing is just no new participants, just liquidity sloshing around coin after coin after coin after coin, and then we've also obviously got the various liquidity sinks that have been happening. So obviously we had the two Solana Nero coins, and we had the ETH Nero coin as well. But in between that, before that we had the DJT token with Martin Streley, where that just turbo nuked, and you could have completely avoided it if you just saw his face. But then we also had RTR, resistance or whatever fucking coin, and that one was another liquidity sink too. You could just see on the day the coin launched, like people just cheating their bags at a loss to buy the top of that and then selling that at a loss. And I think what that essentially is you're seeing the liquidity in a lot of the active participants basically just get taken away by more sophisticated actors, whether it's obviously insiders, snipers, dev teams, etc. And because of that, we obviously have that concept of a hot ball of money that rotates around in crypto. That ball of money is sort of getting smaller and smaller. Obviously, USDT is being printed, liquidity is going to come up, but it'll take time for that to, again, trickle through the majors, into the alts, into the rest, and then people get hungry on chain to ape random shit.
We're nuking live, by the way.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
it's a
that.
trust price action, man. The shit is. That's why I'm not touching this right now. Shit's fucking terrible price action. It's a
Yeah.
chop.
Yeah,
It's
this is what
We
chop
need to
does
resolve
too.
when we're doing.
Just fucking, it eats you up on both ends.
Imagine me become like a poor man's up at only, and every time we do one, it just
Oh
nukes.
no.
Except for when they like Ty goes to prison.
I hope I never go to prison, man. It doesn't
Chris,
sound
Bro, I swear, every
chilling on the
time-
sidewalk.
Every time we do the stream, it's like it marks a local time. I should just short next time before like fucking right as we start the stream.
Yeah.
We should start a
To be fair,
portfolio.
the alpha for the past few weeks has sort of been that every time Bitcoin starts moving up and then you got the New York Stock Exchange opening up, that tends to be the intraday high to short down. You know? So, and it appears that we are indeed nuking. Holy shit.
I mean, basically, anytime you see the BARTs show
Yeah.
up on Bitcoin, it's just time to step away for a while
Yeah.
because that's just boring. Like, that just gives me PTSD of like anytime it goes up and you see that just vacuum like of space where it just pumped through, you're like, oh yeah, it's coming back there. And you just see it just BART up and down, back and forth. It's boring.
Oh, people who trade that are psychos.
Yeah, Stoic.
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm not gonna lie.
You're sicko. You get some help.
Yeah.
Get some
I
crystals,
know, bro. I know. I need to get some crystals. Yeah, that's what it is. I need to get some
Maybe
crystals.
he gets
I
crystals
gotta
and
talk to
stops
Ty
trading
offline.
darts.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I gotta. That's why I gotta embed myself with some of these crystals.
I'm gonna start making some crystal butt plugs to sell to my crypto bros.
Oh my fucking God.
Hey, they
Dude,
just
I
sit in
still
chairs all day
still
long.
wonder if there was actually a dude that created a butt plug that vibrated to GCR tweets. Yeah. That would be.
Yo, this conversation has rapidly fucking declined over the course of the
It declined. I think it's improved. Okay, let's get it.
past. It's a matter of
That's
perspective,
incredible.
isn't it, Schizo?
It's gone
It's a
down
matter of
only about the market.
I can't believe what Capo
Was he selling them?
that we were gonna pump, and then obviously
Ask him.
this happens.
All right, lads. We got anything else to talk about? We want to end it here soon.
Yeah, no, let's fucking get out before it gets freaky.
Anybody else here?
Before we end up,
drowning in the
I
background?
think if we stay recording for another 15 minutes, we might be in the 40s.
Hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and get there. Fuck it. Let's rip the band-aid off.
Single-handedly fucking nuking the market. Single-handedly.
You no longer need to pull up Phantom.
How's Phantom pulling up?
Yo, let's pull up in.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see Hoeem's bag live.
Let's have a look. 37 cents.
That's
The
good.
candle is oh boy.
It's Darth Mauled it.
Yeah, it's absolutely Darth Maul. Yeah.
Ah, for fuck's
We're
sake.
gonna find out Cronier's left.
I'm still up
Drugs
for my
named him
buys
again.
this morning. Time to get out.
Yeah.
Imagine Crone leaves and then starts flooding it.
Sorry?
Imagine, what's his name? Phantom dude, Andre. Imagine
Andre
he
Corney
leaves Phantom.
is back.
Imagine he leaves and then he just starts shitting on Phantom and like quote tweeting home. Oh, that'd be my dream. You're just like shit. That'd be so good. Not for you,
Don't
Harry. Your
disrespect.
reputation would be dead.
Don't disrespect the DeFi god like that, bro.
Sui looks like it's about to go to zero from here.
Everything
Fuck,
is at that losers level and it's lights out stage right now.
Yeah,
A
basically.
lot of these things are losing levels. You want to see real pain? Look at fucking Adam.
Holy
That
shit,
chart
I haven't
is
seen
just-
that chart in a minute.
Man.
That
Every
shit
time
really
Adam
fucking
pumped
breaks me.
the bear, it was just bad news. Or going
Is it
into,
lower than the bear market?
I don't know.
For Adam, almost.
Oh jeez, yeah.
It's close. Just as like they actually announced something semi cool and like
Bro.
a semi decent farm for Adam, and then shit just fucking turbo rugs.
Oh,
Oh my
Say what?
days.
remember
They're,
Objective? That shit got nuked bad as well. Didn't
oh
it?
my god, injective. Holy shit.
Oh Jesus!
They were calling for
Christ.
three-figure injective at the top. That's when I was like, all right, time to
Yeah.
fucking dump this shit.
I sold mine in the 30s.
That's so good.
That's a good sell, man. That's pretty solid.
You know what made me sell it? I went with DeFi Armor and I was like, what the thing has it 5 million DVL? Like what? Like what? I remember people.
I remember the injective top genuinely bridging onto that stupid train to trade coins on it.
Oh yeah, I traded shit coins on there, and I was like, all right, this has to be a top. Like,
Yeah, there was like that Talus NFT platform thing that was supposed to be a feature of France, but then
Wasn't
I
it
got out at a small loss, and then I sent 1,000 to Binance, and then I forgot to include the memo, so then I just lost $1,000. Great,
Oh my God.
just great.
Wasn't there like a ninja token or something?
Yeah. There was Ninja, then there was like a few of them that I traded, and then right around that time is when it was like everyone's talking about 3-figure injective. I'm like, all right, time to get the fuck out of this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what else you saw loads of posts around that time? You know, people saying fundamentals are a meme, and like the FTV doesn't matter. I remember all them posts. Like, remember it might have been that Ford dude. I don't know what his. I can't pronounce his last name. Scandinavian. I remember he posted a screenshot of the injective TVL. Oh, you know, saying like, "What the hell's going on here? This looks a bit toppy." And like, you had people coming at him. You know,
Yeah.
like he was an idiot.
I'm actually going to quote tweet him and give him some boost. My guy for.
Yeah, he puts out good content in his newsletter's good as well.
Yeah, he's based.
Speaking of newsletters, Hoeem, give me a layup
Chill.
here, man. Speaking of newsletters,
Stoic nails every single trend in the market. So if you want to make
That took
$1 million
altogether way too
per
long.
week, then you just need to subscribe to my newsletter where you get Stoic's insights week in, week out, and that's how you're going to break your way to financial freedom.
all right, that's a little bit too much, but
Going to the moon.
but yeah, no, we try.
No.
We try.
Okay,
to
I'll
give, like,
do a
unbiased-
serious one. That's
do a
parody. That's parody. Okay.
All right, serious one. Let's go.
Stoic provides crucial trading education in a formal manner every single week for my premium newsletter, where you also are able to see insights such as money flows, such as smart money holdings, such as top yields on USDC, USDT, or DAI. So if you're in stable coins, you can make good yield. And on top of that, you can find out what people are trading on chain. So if there's any on chain things that are going to pop, like we saw with Nero, that was in the newsletter before it fucking went wild. So that sort of shit's in there. You just need to find it. And, you know, we don't tell you what to find, but it's in there somewhere.
Well fucking
Beautiful.
done.
Amazing. All right. On that note, I mean, we've talked about crystals, astrology, fucking losing money. Pretty much covered everything, to be honest.
And it's 7csubstack.com.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Never mind. He wasn't done yet. He wasn't done yet.
Wait,
He
so
was
the
like-
one thing we did cover was the monkeypox and the WHO, and they discovered it in Sweden. So that's also why the market is starting to.
Oh, of course. How could I
So
forget
Oh,
that?
is that happening now? That's
What do you
good.
get? How do you get monkeypox? Isn't it like bum sex?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
You know, laddie.
Yeah. No, they just found the first case of more contagious monkeypox outside Africa, in Sweden. Interesting.
Of course they did.
How did I end up in Sweden? What the fuck?
Planes.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for answering. That was a rhetorical question. Wonderful insight, Tom.
Thank you. Top level.
All right, I
analysis.
think we should before it just gets more degenerate.
All right, it's just gonna go. It's just gonna get worse from here. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed the special episode. We had Tom and Ty on, and yeah, we'll get them back on again soon. But we hope you enjoyed the episode, and we're able to take some valuable insights when it comes to crystals and you know,
Butt plugs.
astrology, butt plugs, all that stuff. But yeah, we'll be back soon. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and yeah, talk soon.
Cheers.
Is it over?